Some of this commentary is very, very old from this video. It must have been a couple of weeks, easily, maybe even a month. I sound like I'm half asleep in it. Jesus, I really need to pick up the tempo in these videos. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Football Manager 2019, part 6 of the Sugar Daddy Challenge. And today we were supposed to be playing Watford in the Premier League, but we're going to be doing 2 cup matches instead, as the FA Cup is going to be played straight after the second leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final. And we drew Middlesbrough in the 4th round, so before we get into the second leg of the Carabao Cup, let's see how I've been doing since you were last with me. So it's been all green apart from the draw to Southampton in the first leg of the Carabao Cup and a 3-3 draw with Chelsea in the last match. That does put us not as extended at the top of the table as I'd hoped we'd be at this stage of the season. 58 points with Manchester City at 55, Chelsea at Liverpool at 52, sorry. So we're not home and dry yet, still got a little bit to go. But to make things harder as well, Gareth Bale is out for essentially the rest of the season with a damaged Achilles tendon. So if he's back before then, I'll be very surprised. And we've lost Varane for a couple of weeks as well with a fractured toe. But hopefully that shouldn't make much of a difference to the squad that's going out today to try and get us into that final of the Carabao Cup. And this is the team hoping to do that for me. It is Donnarumma in goal, a back four of Alexandro, Ramos, Thiago Silva, Kimmich, Sergio Roberto and Modric in the middle, Sancho, Dybala and Mbappe all in behind, Luis Suarez. And let's try and book our place in that final today. Be the first final of the season, obviously. And hopefully we are well on our way to securing that domestic triple with this wonder team, or as I like to call them, the money team. Go out there and keep our run going. So obviously we've got a lot of fixtures coming up in the week. I think in about 8 days we've got 3 matches. So it's just about trying to keep play. All right, let's slow that down quickly to about slightly faster, and then we want replays of only goals. There we are. But yeah, so we're just trying to keep players 100% fit. Obviously losing Bale, who is our joint top goal scorer with Luis Suarez on 12 goals so far, isn't ideal. But hopefully we're going to probably pop Messi on that right hand side and then pop Dybala in on a more constant basis. Hopefully those two can fill in for the goals that we will be missing from Gareth Bale on that right hand side. A player who has been rather quiet this season, who I found rather weird to be quite exciting, has been Neymar. Neymar hasn't really done much in terms of goals or assists. I think he's only on about 5 goals for the season. Obviously it's not terrible considering that the Premier League is a lot more difficult than the French League. But I'd hoping for more of a goal return than 5 goals. But obviously beggars can't be choosers. If that's how he can perform in the Premier League, then that's obviously what I've got to make do with. It's balls with Southampton. It's still 0-0 at the minute, approaching the first half. End of the first half, that is. But we've got the ball now. Sancho finds Mbappe, who does very well to take it past the defender in a very, very cheeky chip past the goalkeeper. And that makes it 1-0, 2-1 on aggregate. And Jadon Sancho here does very well to find Mbappe a little bit of space. A great first touch and a little chip over the goalkeeper, who came rushing out to meet Mbappe. But Mbappe obviously was our only January signing 300 million he was, as you'd expect, nothing less. But he's been very, very, very good since signing him. 5 goals already. And obviously he will probably be filling in for the goals that we're missing from Gareth Bale as he's coming. And obviously it's a straight swap essentially, Gareth Bale for Mbappe. But obviously it would have been nice to have Bale fit for the rest of the season. Ball is with Modric now in the middle of midfield. Roberto, back to Thiago Silva, back to Modric. And now Kimmich and Thiago Silva playing some good 1-2s here. Hopefully they don't get caught out in possession. Thiago Silva now finds Dybala, Modric, and Mbappe playing up the pitch. And it's Jadon Sancho! And he makes it 2-0 on the night, 3-1 on aggregate. 3rd goal of the season for Jadon Sancho. And hopefully that should be us booking our spot in the Carabao Cup final. Mbappe returning the favour to Jadon Sancho with a great pass. And Sancho putting it past the keeper, doing the only other bit of work that he had to do there. 50 minutes now. And it's essentially smooth sailing from here. It's just about how many goals can we put past Southampton on our way to the Carabao Cup final. I think we've got Manchester United is who's waiting for us, either us or Southampton. Obviously it's looking like it's going to be us, but anything can happen in football. Right, let's make some substitutions after this highlight. Modric now in midfield, Roberto, Dybala pushing forward, trying to pass it essentially into that bottom corner, but it was just wide. Then let's make some subs at the 70th minute. Dybala could come off for Oscar. Sancho's playing well, but Luis Suarez has been quiet, so I'll take off Suarez for Werner. There we go. 2 substitutions in the 70th minute, and it's just about holding on now. Just demand more, see if we can get another goal out of them. It's with the Southampton left back Bertrand now. Big switch of the play and a big ball over the top. Can't quite find Danny Ings though. Alexandro, Sergio Ramos finding Sancho now, driving forward. Big ball over the top for Mbappe. Good touch of the ball. But we're going over to VAR here. VAR here. Not quite sure what he's having a look at. Jack Stevens. And not sure what the referee is trying to decide here. And he's given a penalty. I'm not quite sure what for, but we're not going to argue with a penalty in the 81st minute. Mbappe to take, and Mbappe scores. 2nd goal of the game, 6th goal of the season. And we don't need to see a replay of the penalty. 85 minutes played now. Gonna make our last substitution of the match. Gonna bring on Matuidi for Luka Modric and swap those 2 round. World class for world class. 89th minute now, just trying to close out the match. It's with Sancho now. Ball slowly going forward. Oscar with a beautiful pass to Mbappe. And that is Mbappe's hat-trick. 7th goal of the season. 3 goals in this match. And that's a lovely pass from Oscar as well. Finding Mbappe. Can't take anything away from Oscar there. Sancho with a lovely, lovely through ball from Oscar to find Mbappe. Still had a little bit of work to do on that tight angle, but he did it anyway. And that is 4-0, 5-1 on aggregate here to Emsworth against Southampton. Hopefully the referee should be looking to blow his final whistle now. And that should be it. Donnarumma kicks the ball up the field, and that is 4-0, 5-1 on aggregate, 23 shots, only 1 shot for Southampton. Absolute domination, passionately. We're in the final, congratulations. And that's a great result. But for now, let's worry about the final against Manchester United a bit later. as we're going to go play Middlesbrough in the FA Cup. Right then, this is team to go out and play Middlesbrough in the FA Cup. Very much unchanged, but a couple of changes. So we've got Donnarumma in goal, a back four of Alexandro Rugani, Thiago Silva and Roberto, Verratti and Modric in the middle, Insigne, Oscar and Mbappe all in behind, Timo Werner up front. Let's get into this. So the last round of the FA Cup we drew Salford, a very, very, very fortunate draw for us. So obviously we were going to very easily progress in that one. And we've drawn a more difficult side in the shape of Middlesbrough. I still expect a very, very dominant win, as I do against every team we play. But I know that Middlesbrough will put up more of a fight than Salford. And I know what this game is like, to throw a loss at you or throw a heavily contested game. But hopefully that isn't going to be this match, as we go 1-0 up after 10 minutes. Timo Werner with the header from the corner from Insigne. And it's a very good header from Timo Werner. I'm pretty sure he's not exactly the tallest player either. So if he's winning a header, questions have to be asked of that Middlesbrough back four. But straight from kickoff, and I think we're pushing straight away. Fry playing it back to the goalkeeper. Timo Werner using that pressing forward role very well. Hits against the post though. But I think Timo Werner was offside there. Very unfortunate. Not quite sure how, because obviously it did come off of the Middlesbrough defender. But nonetheless, it's over now. Middlesbrough find themselves on the attack. Donnarumma collects very, very easily though. In terms of the goalkeeper, like I've said in the previous video, I've essentially lost all faith in Jan Oblak now. It's a very good free kick from Insigne there, curling it around the court, the wall into the bottom corner. Have a look at that one again, very nice indeed. Randolph did get a hand to it, but it wasn't enough. But as I was saying, I've essentially lost all faith in Oblak at this point. I put him in for the Chelsea game, in which we drew 3-3, and he scored an own goal as well. And I mean, at that point, do you risk putting him back in? Obviously, he's got a bit of a grump on because he's not playing. But as this is going to be a one season kind of thing, don't know if I need to really worry about players being unhappy and wanting to leave. Because obviously, after this season, we'll be going on to something else. Haven't quite decided what that is yet. I did toy with the ideas of a team of Wonder Kids, but I wanted to do something that's a bit more challenging compared to the Sugar Daddy Challenge. A couple of users on Reddit have suggested a couple of ideas, so I might take one of theirs. One of them was it was either just solely English players or building a team of just transfer listed and loan listed players and seeing how well I can do with that. So that sounded like a good idea. I might do that one if I can't come up with anything myself. Yes, in terms of social media and things like that, I have got a Facebook page, a Twitter page, and a Reddit page. Obviously, all the user names and the user handles are at Mr. Red11. The Reddit one is at Mr. Red11YT. Obviously, don't be afraid to go and give it a follow and things like that. Keep up to date with the match, with the videos going out. I don't do a lot of plugging in terms of my social media and things like that, but I will say that these videos have been very, very successful recently. The first one reaching over 90 views, which is the first time we've had a video do that since the first ever video. But like I said, don't be ashamed to hit that subscribe button. I won't beg it like a lot of other YouTubers do. I won't be like if you don't subscribe, I'm still gonna eat, you know. It's not a big deal. But obviously it is nice to see the subscriber count meeting the viewer count. But that's all I'll say on it, is obviously just don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button as well. But Alexandra now on that left hand side, Verratti, Insigne with a nice little ball into Oscar, and Timo Werner makes it 3-0. 2 goals on the night for Timo Werner, obviously trying to announce himself as the striker that should be starting every game. Like I said, 12 goals for Luis Suarez and Gareth Bale isn't the tally as expected for a top goal scorer in this team, but we've got a lot of players who've got 8 and 7 goals, so it's very much a team match, very much a team game for this team. And I forgot to make any subs, so we won't worry about doing that now. The time kind of got away from me. But Middlesbrough now on the attack with the last couple of minutes. Donnarumma calmly collects, and I think that'll be it, as a bit of confusion between Thiago Silva and Donnarumma there. But nonetheless, the referee blows for full time. 3-0 on the night against Middlesbrough. Very passionately, very pleased with your results. And I think that is going to be it. The FA Cup 5th round draw is in a couple of days, so we'll see who that is in the next video. But for now, I would say that the next video definitely going to be the Carabao Cup final, and I think we've already seen us play both. No, we haven't. So next video, we'll do West Ham and Manchester United, the Carabao Cup final. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.